Hello, all dear friends. Welcome to BSc first year. Our zoology department has started bridge course before starting your main course syllabus of the first sem. Uh, and I present or I will explain cell biology and coordinate in your bridge courses. So, my dear friend, in the past year, you already studied about cell biology, means the chapters of cell biology like organization of cell cycle, and then after biochemistry of cell, or whatever the chapters studied in 12 and in 11 and 12 syllabus. You got information about the living being. As you know very well, approximately 4.6 billion years ago, our blue planet have started, or you can say provided environment for the origin of life. In this way, in this ecosystem, there are two components. They are biotic component and abiotic component. Biotic component means alive, and non-biotic component means non-living things, which is also called as non-alive. If we ask question, what is difference between living and non-living? How can you differentiate living from non-living? So in the field of biology, there are some property who define the particular object is living, like metabolism, consciousness, and cell. These are called as the definitive property of life who differentiate from non-living thing. Means in front of you, if you place some object, and these objects are categorized into two types, living and non-living, so that on the basis of this property you can easily differentiate, means which property, metabolism, consciousness, and cell, you can easily differentiate the particular object is alive and the particular object is non-alive. So the main foundation where we can understand cell is present only in living being and absent in non-living being. That's why cell is called as the structural and functional unit of life. And in this way, cell biology, this branch, were established in the field of biology. So how can we define cell biology? Cell biology means the study of cell with respect to its structure, function, growth, reproduction, metabolism, means the overall aspect, the overall study of cell is called as cell biology. In this way, Robert Hooke was the first scientist who coined the term cell. Actually, this Robert Hooke also famous for the discovery of dead cell. Who first of all discovered living cell? Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who first of all discovered living cell. And in this way, in the second half of 17th century, cell biology branch were evolved. Later on, many scientists were came and gave their ideas, like cell theory were established by Sladen and Schwann. What is the generalization of cell theory? The generalization of cell theory is all living being is made up of by cell, and cell contain living matter. Later on, living matter term was coined by Johannes Perkinje as a protoplasm. Then protoplasm theories were established by different scientists like Thomas Huxley, who told us protoplasm is the physical basis of life because whatever the biochemical reaction takes place in that cell for their existence, protoplasm act as a medium. That's why we can say that it is called as the physical basis of life. In this way, means many of the scientists believe that on the basis of cellular organization, all living beings are categorized into three types of cell. Means you can say there are three types of cells are known. They are prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and mesokaryotic cell. In the course of evolution, those first life were produced, which is called as protobiont, and that first life were considered as a prokaryotic cell. On the demand of nature, then this prokaryotic cell were evolved into eukaryotic cell. Then eukaryotic cell means when eukaryotic cell evolved from prokaryotic cell, a connecting link cell were produced that is called as mesokaryotic cell. In the traditional concept of biology, two types of cells were known. That was prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. But in the modern concept of biology nowadays, it is believed that there are three types of cells are known, and they are prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and mesokaryotic cell. In this way, in the today's lecture, we just introduce the three types of cell and what is the basic difference in between them. How can we compare? Means we can provide a platform for our understanding how these three how living beings are categorized into three types of cell: prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and mesokaryotic cell. So prokaryotic means what? I ever explain one things to my all dear student: whatever the terminology are present in the field of biology, these all term have its own meaning. If we understand very well, we can easily remember the theory of the particular terminology. Means how? Prokaryotic. Pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. Means the cell where primitive type of nucleus is present, that is termed as prokaryotic cell. Primitive type of nucleus means what? You can say this nucleus is also called as incipient nucleus. Means these are poorly defined structure which is present in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic cell. If we see the diagram of prokaryotic cell, first of all, what are the examples of prokaryotic cell? All types of bacteria. So we can categorize prokaryotic cell into three category. First one is that archibacteria, which is produced at the time of evolution. Then archibacteria, later on eubacteria. Eu means what? Advanced types of bacteria. And then after mycoplasma. So in higher studies, you will understand one thing: mycoplasma have its own family. Okay, and Rather than five kingdom system of classification, if we say this mycoplasma plays in its own kingdom, in its own house, we will discuss in our main course syllabus. But in the introductory knowledge, this prokaryotic cell is divided into three categories. They are archibacteria, eubacteria, and then after mycoplasma. Actually, this prokaryotic cell have a simple cellular organization. It has a very simple component. What is the structure of prokaryotic cell? We will discuss in the next slide. Nucleus is absent. I told you primitive types of nucleus means poorly defined structure of nucleus is present, which is called as nucleoid, but actually true nucleus is absent. Presence of single circular double stranded DNA and ribosome as a protein machineries, and all types of cell organelles are absent in a prokaryotic cell. Hence this prokaryotic cell is called as simple cellular organization. Later on eukaryotic cell, in this term already meaning is present. U means advance, means if we compare eukaryotic cell with prokaryotic cell, this eukaryotic cell have its complex cellular organization due to presence of all types of cell organelles. Actually, what is meant by cell organelle? Cell organelle means it is the compartment of cell, or you can say it is the department of cell to perform the specific function to maintain the continuity of life. Right? Then after nucleus is present, true nucleus is present, which have double membrane, and inside the nucleus a complex structure of DNA is present, which is linear and double stranded. So shortly, if you compare prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, this prokaryotic cell have simple cellular organization and eukaryotic cell show complex cellular organization. It means that in prokaryotic cell, cell organelles are absent, but in eukaryotic cell, cell organelle is present. In prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent, but in eukaryotic cell, nucleus is present. In prokaryotic cell, double-stranded DNA is present, but it is single and circular. And in eukaryotic cell, double-stranded DNA is present, but it is complex and linear. So this is the main comparison between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, you can say. Later on, mesokeratic cell, I told you in the recent biology concept, this third type of cells are known, and that is mesokeratic cell. Actually, this mesokeratic cell is the connecting link between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Why it is called as connecting link? In the course of evolution, prokaryotes first of all were evolved, and later on the demand of nature, means when the atmosphere or natural parameters were changed in this blue planet, due to changing natural parameter, eukaryotic cell were evolved. But what evolutionary biologists tell us one thing: when transformation takes place from one species or from one form to another, the intermediate form may produce. Means when eukaryotic cell evolved from the prokaryotic cell, this mesokaryotic cell could be produced. Scientists believe that. And when scientists study the structure of mesokaryotic cell, it shows some characteristic of prokaryotic cell and some characteristic of eukaryotic cell. Hence, it is called as connecting link between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So, what type of prokaryotic cell means what type of the characteristic of prokaryotic cell are present in the mesokaryotic type of cell? They are circular double-stranded DNA is present. And what type of the eukaryotic cell characters are present? Presence of nucleus. That's why this mesokaryotic cell is called as the connecting link between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. And what is the example of mesokaryotic cell? Dinoflagellates, which is called as marine algae. You can see diagram of dinoflagellates, which is present in slide. This dinoflagellates is called as marine algae. It is called as the chief producer of marine ecosystem. And actually, these dinoflagellates belong to kingdom Protista, that is plant-like protist, but it shows mesokaryotic cellular organization. In this way, in the introductory part of cell biology, what we understand today, all living beings are categorized into three types of cell. They are prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and mesokaryotic cell. The examples of prokaryotic means as a biologist, we should have philosophical mind. So if we see the whole life of this blue planet, all types of bacteria included in prokaryotes, except bacteria and dinoflagellates, whole life is can be included in eukaryotes, and the examples of mesokaryotic is that dinoflagellates. In the next study, we'll discuss about individual type of cell in detail. Thank you so much. Have a great day.